with our outreach staff, program dates, links, and the things that are being described today. So you won't have to feverishly take notes. You'll be able to refer to that reference document. So I'm going to jump right in and introduce you first of all to Jackie Ramirez.
Good afternoon. My name is Jacqueline Ramirez, and I am the Office Operations Associate, or OOA, supporting the WCBVI Outreach team. I mainly coordinate logistics for our outreach service requests and our outreach programs and events. I am your Zoom host for today, and I'm letting people in and recording the whole session. Thank you. I'll pass it on to Dave.
Thank you, Jackie, and again, welcome everybody. I am the Professional Development Coordinator for the Wisconsin Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired, and one of the 2 parent liaisons for the center. In my job as Professional Coordinator, I put together classes like this and others. We do have a class coming up, and registration should open Monday. We will be offering the Insight curriculum for parents and teachers and other professionals who work with children who are blind and may have additional disabilities. This will be an ongoing class. We're going to meet from 5:30 to 8:30 on Mondays, beginning the 23rd of January. And we're going to have a number of presenters from all over the state on all kinds of topics. We are not charging for this class this time. There used to be a charge for it. We are not doing that this time. So take a look at the registration when it comes out, and we'd love to have you. And I'm going to pass this over to my next colleague.
Hi. My name is Megan Friedel, and I'm one of the education consultants and short course instructors here at WCBVI. One of the things I love about my job is that I get to do so many different things. As an education consultant, I'm available to stakeholders to answer questions and provide research or offer guidance based on current best practices. I also serve on many DPI work groups, creating guidance documents and working on various projects relating to special education in Wisconsin. Additionally, I co-coordinate short courses, which offer programming for students in the 9 areas of the expanded core curriculum. Group programs are open to any Wisconsin student who is blind or visually impaired. Jesse will share more about upcoming programs. Individual short courses, however, are based off of current IEP goals that focus on the ECC, and these programs are tailored to individual student needs. Common individual programming is surrounding assistive technology. We receive many requests for students who may need a jumpstart on learning a new device so they can be ready to use it during their school day. Should you have a student who would benefit from individual short courses, please use the information that Kay Rody places in the chat or refer to the reference sheet provided to you. And next, I will pass it over to Jessie.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessie Grober, and I'm the new education consultant and short course instructor at WCBVI. Megan and I are very excited to be bringing back some in-person short courses and keeping some virtual. We will be starting a virtual book club on December 1st with the Hunger Games trilogy. Registration is currently closed, but if you have a student who still wants to participate in the book club, please contact WCBVI.outreach at wcbvi.k12.wi.us with the subject line virtual book club, and we can get them all set up to join us. We are also offering a virtual art club throughout the school year. We have 3 sessions left: bead making, paper lanterns, and yarn crafts. And we will be hosting an in-person art club at WCBVI on March 3rd through the 5th. During this, students can create and submit a project to the APH Insights contest if they desire to do so. One of the things I'm working on in my consultant role is assessment-related questions. I've answered several Stakeholder questions about the ACT and the forward assessment are ready this year. So if you have any questions regarding any of the state assessments and accommodations, please feel free to reach out. And I will now turn it over to Trish.
Hi, everyone. Again, I am Trisha Weiss. I am the state preschool vision consultant since 2005. I am your preschool consultant to assist at your request. I will do in-services for preschool, school-age educational groups, families, and professionals in birth to 3. I am here to consult on your request in many areas and create a conference every year for a collaborative learning experience for you and your families. This is a link. There is a link on the reference sheet for you to explore the conference coming up in 2023. Thank you, and I will pass this on to Kay Brody.
Hello, my name is Kay Brody. I'm a certified orientation mobility specialist, one of 5 education consultants on the WCBVI Outreach team. And today I'm going to just talk to you a little bit about my role as the DPI liaison to the State Superintendent's Blind and Visual Impairment Education Advisory Council. I'm going to read the purpose of this council from statutes. The state superintendent shall seek the advice of and consult with the council on issues related to persons who are visually impaired. And we have a very robust council right now. This is a 17-member council, and we have 14 of 17 categories filled. I'd like to take 1 minute to share who's on the roster because there are so many familiar faces. We have a category of parents, which is Jennifer Rayclaw, Tiffany Meredith, and Penny Kierkowitz. There are organizations that are affiliated with our blind and visually impaired individuals, and that's Cheryl Orgus from the National Federation of the Blind, Tracy Stanislawski from Vision Forward, and Kaylee Camps, who is the rep from the AER, our Wisconsin chapter. And then Julie Hateman is the chair of the council, and she's the O&M licensed teacher, licensed O&M. Colleen Kickbush is a TVI, and Penny Kirkowitz is the licensed general education category. We have Erica Nystrom Grotos, a special ed director on our council, Wendy Lysing from CISA 1 as the CISA rep, and then a person affiliated with higher education is Linda Bailey. And then we have 3 other, it's a category called other members. And Jennifer Ottowitz is with us, and she works for Older Blind Specialist Research, doing research. It's this really long name, but it's Older Individuals Who Are Blind Technical Assistance Center. So she is working with them. Wanda Routier is the program director at Concordia, and Dream Gunther is a program support teacher in Kenosha. Just wanted to say that. And then some work of the council has included a birth to 3 subcommittee, an O&M shortages subcommittee, and we're having discussions around assistive technology training needs and vision paraprofessionals. Some really great topics. Next meeting is December 5th, and the meetings are held virtually and run from 10 till 2. Anyone can attend and listen or give public comment in person or in writing. The link to the Advisory Council webpage is in the references sheet, and I will pop it in the chat. Thank you, and I'm passing it on back to Dave, I think. Nope, to Alicia.
Thanks, Kay. My name is Alicia Reganis, and I have been the school-age vision consultant at WCBVI since 2011. I co-coordinate the mentoring program with my colleague, Kay Brody. We developed this program in 2016 as a way to support new and returning TVIs and O&Ms in Wisconsin by matching them with experienced vision professionals in Wisconsin schools. And we are proud to have trained 18 mentors who have supported 45 proteges in the program. And we're making an announcement that we are training new mentors this summer, and we are especially looking for O&Ms. So if you know of anybody, please let us know. I also coordinate free traveling vision clinics in Wisconsin. There are low vision clinics who travel to regions of the state and provide evaluations for school-aged children, and we assist in determining appropriate optical and non-optical aids. Students during the clinic will visit 4 stations. They'll have an optical exam. They'll go to the near vision station, a sun filters and distance vision station, and visit assistive technology. As part of a low vision clinic, we have a refraction clinic evaluation, which are for students with low vision, exceptional needs, and multiple disabilities. It's a slower paced testing and examination clinic, and it's geared towards the sensitivity and special needs of students. One purpose is to determine if glasses would be beneficial or if a change in prescription is necessary, and if possible, provide information regarding functional levels of vision. We had 4 clinics scheduled for this school year, and there are 2 remaining. There's one on January 11th at Vision Forward in Milwaukee, and another one February 15th in Janesville at the Wisconsin Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired. And you can go on the WCBVI Low Vision Clinic webpage, and there is a way to register for more information there. And I'm going to hand it over to Dawn for outreach updates.
Thanks, Alicia. So good afternoon. I'm Dawn Soto. I've been the outreach director now for 5.5 years, which I can't believe, but this team is amazing and we are so happy to serve you. Our team is definitely happiest when they are interacting with you. So please be sure, though, that you have subscribed to our WCBVI Outreach Weekly Updates and to the DPI Division for Learning Support, or DLS, newsletter. One of the main reasons that this is vital is that you will be viewing the messaging that your LEAs are receiving. So coming soon, your LEA will select their American Printing House for the Blind, or APH, designee to submit the APH federal quota census. Following along with these updates will allow you to have conversations with your LEAs in each of your districts to ensure that the correct professional is selected as the designee. I also wanted you to know briefly that I just presented to the new Directors Academy this past Wednesday. Our team helped to create a fabulous presentation. This allows me to present to new LEAs in Wisconsin. If you're ever interested in learning more about the messaging that we share with Wisconsin LEAs, or what I say to them when I'm training, or would you like to request this presentation for one of your LEAs to better understand vision and blindness and what WCBVI offers, you could submit an OSR. And I'd be happy to present this session again to educate your LEAs or administrators. What's an OSR? Well, have you ever submitted an outreach service request or an OSR before? If you have, you may not know that you can also request support for about anything you could imagine. If you haven't, let me just explain a little bit. So first of all, almost all of our outreach team members may be involved in training, support, consultations. We have an internal resident and expert list, and your requests are sent to the professional on our team who is best prepared and trained to support your request. Here are a few things to consider. Did you know that the OSR could be utilized for research? For example, a new eye condition that a TVI and O&M specialist might experience. Did you also know that an OSR could be utilized to allow TVIs and O&M specialists to, quote, run situations past other professionals on our team to seek input? This is because you don't often have another TVI or O&M specialist just down the hall, and we understand that. Did you also know that an OSR could be submitted by your LEAs or families regarding resources or research as well? It is important to note that we always connect all requesters with their vital members of their IEP teams in your districts so that everyone is aware of the request. For example, if a family member requests an OSR, the families will submit the contact information for their child's TVI, O&M specialist, and the LEA. These people are included so that everyone is updated as an OSR is occurring. This allows for transparency for all, which is critical because we don't make IEP team decisions. We're not on your teams, but we're here for you. A final and important update relates to our accessible educational materials, or AIM team. We are currently in the process of hiring a new AIM consultant. This consultant will work collaboratively with me, the Department of Public Instruction, LEAs around Wisconsin, the American Printing House for the Blind, the CISA 2 AIM Center, the NIMAC, or the National Instructional Materials Accessibility Center at the federal level, and the National AIM Center. This position has been rewritten based upon stakeholder input and current guidance from the Office of Special Education Programs, or OSEP, and will also support the APH federal quota program. I'm very excited, and we'll keep you updated about hiring. So please keep a lookout for this hiring announcement in the weekly update, hopefully very soon. And I am going to pass it to Megan, Jesse, and Alicia, but starting with Megan, I believe, for DPI updates. Thank you.
Thanks, Dawn. It's actually going to start with me. I'm Jesse again. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about what the consultant team does. So the Wisconsin Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired is under the umbrella of the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction. We are within the Division of Learning Support, which is one of 7 divisions in the department. Within the Division of Learning Support is Student Services, Wellness Prevention, Special Education, and the 2 centers, Wisconsin Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired and the Wisconsin Educational Services Program for Deaf and Hard of Hearing. There are consultants in all of the divisions, and our internal consultant team, Dawn, Kay, Alicia, Megan, and I, work mostly with the special education consultant teams from the other 12 impairment areas. But certain programs also involve the Student Services, Wellness, and Prevention team, compliance, sometimes general education, and of course, the West DHH team. The consultant team meets on a weekly basis to make sure we are staying up to date on policies and answering stakeholder questions. So if you have any questions, be sure to submit an outreach service request that is on the reference sheet and located on the website. And now Megan will.
Thank you, Jesse. Hi again. This is your last call to join the Roles and Responsibilities and Ocular Report Form work group. One of the things that the department does is creates and publishes guidance documents to support Wisconsin educators, just like yourselves. One of these documents is the roles and responsibilities of teachers of the visually impaired, which will change that name to match the administrative rule, and orientation and mobility specialists. This document is a tool used to describe the duties of TVIs and O&Ms. Additionally, this work group will be making updates to the ocular report form, also known as PI 2015. Please consider joining this work group. Stakeholder input is extremely important because you all are the ones who are using these documents. We will need at least 5 stakeholders to run the work group. We will meet virtually during the 2022-2023 school year from 3:30 to 5:30 on January 18th, February 22nd, March 8th, and April 12th, 2023. All of this information will be in the link in the chat. So please use the form that will be placed in the chat to sign up if you're interested. Thank you. I'll hand it back to Jesse.
Thank you, Megan. One of the things I was really excited about working with was the disability category criteria for the blind and visually impaired evaluation guide, which came from another work group. A work group has been working on this document, and to give a quick update, this document is now significantly shorter than the previous version and much more user-friendly. We understand that you are all busy and having an electronic version of this guide is very important. The work group will be reviewing this document again, and then we will be sending it out to all of you in the field in the spring to review it before it gets published. So now I will hand it over to Alicia, who will share some information.
Hi again. Thanks, Jesse. There's currently a draft of an evaluation rubric for Wisconsin TVIs, which was developed by a work group of 10 TVIs and 1 TVI/People Services Director in 2015. The group used the Danielson framework, since it's the model that most evaluators are familiar, to develop look-fors or descriptors specifically designed for the unique job of the TVI. The initial work was completed, but it has faced its share of difficulties in getting published. But it's always been my goal to get this important work into the hands of evaluators. And I'm happy to announce that the document will be piloted by TVIs and school administrators beginning fall 2023. In the meantime, WCBVI will be training for the effective use of the rubric by both the evaluators and TVIs. We're planning to have a training specifically for the evaluators using the rubric, and we hope to have a session at the spring Wisconsin Collaborative Vision Conference for TVIs. Once this rubric is approved by DPI and published, it will appear on the DPI website on the Blind and Visually Impaired Disability page. And I'm going to share my screen so that you can see the page I'm referring to. And I want to share this page because it has a lot of important information and is a really good resource for you in your questions. And the change in the state rule. If you look down towards the bottom here, there are lots of worksheets and guidelines available. One of the things I want to bring up is at the bottom, there's a frequently asked questions about the blind and visually impaired administrative rule change. So if you have questions, this would be a really helpful document to take a look at, and it might answer your questions. And the other thing is that we're excited about is a new FAQ that is recently been published, and Megan Friedel is going to talk about that.
Thank you, Alicia. So when I started at WCBVI, one of the things that I was the most surprised to learn was how long it can take for guidance documents to be finalized. The sensory impairment frequently asked questions was a collaborative effort between WESP DHH and the WDB TAP team members. And this document was created to address all frequently asked questions related to sensory disabilities and evaluation. Believe it or not, it took 3 years to finalize this document. We are so excited that we were able to include the newest disability category, deafblind, in this document. One of the most common questions that we are asked that is included in this document is medical documentation required to initiate a referral for consideration of the disability categories blind and visually impaired, deaf and hard of hearing, and deaf-blind? Succinctly, that answer is no. Medical documentation is not required for a special education referral to be initiated. A suspected disability is the only reason required. Please refer to this quick reference often when you have questions come up. Our hope is that you will find the answers you are looking for right away. And with that, I'm going to hand it back over to Dave.